Hi, this is Dilip. I am from third year CSC department and my register number is UR16CS094. Today I am going to explain you about this is the first lab experiment in my web lab. This is based on creating a static web page. The web pages are mainly of two types, static web page and dynamic web page. The static web page is said so because if the content of the web page doesn't change whenever you visit again and again, then it is called static web page, and which does not interact with the user is called as static, whereas the dynamic web page is such as blogs or something which you visit again and again and they get updated. And this by using HTML5 I am created the static web page. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Hypertext means a machine readable text, whereas markup means to specify content in a structured format. As you can see, I have created a web page. I have some headings, subheadings. I will be showing the code. How did I create all these web pages? How did I create this web page? As you can see, I have some content, some external, internal links, and email link, phone link, and some image, and some more. It is the second part of the web page, some subheading too, and some lists, order lists, similar order list and unordered list, and having some table and some content in it. Let's see how it has been created using NetBeans. In NetBeans, I have created a project using index.html, as you can see over here, and the HTML5 basic HTML5 will be having all this content like tags like such as HTML head, body. All these tags are basic structure of the HTML web page. As you can see here, I am having doc type HTML. It is used. It says a declaration for browser to specify which version of the markup language is used in the HTML document. And as you can see that I have different types. There will be different types of tags in HTML5: header tag, body tag, section tag, all these tags. And the tags are mainly classified into two types based upon whether they have content or empty tag. A content tag will be always closed, whereas empty tag no need to close, like break, bay, or like a horizontal ruler, no need of closing them. Or image tag. As you can see, this is the title of the web page, lab1 home page. As you can see over here, this is the web page of mine, and I have created, this is the title of that web page. I have closed using a title. In the body, there are mainly three types of styling, like inline styling, internal styling, and by using CSS style sheet, whereas the CSS stands for cascading style sheet. And today I am going to be using about inline styling. As you can see that inline styling can be done using style tag, as you can see over here, as you can see over here, by using a style, and it's not a tag, it's like by specifying a style. As you can have some heading over here, I have used a heading tag h1, h2, h3. There will be many number. As the number goes on increasing, the size of the heading will be decreasing. As you can see that the difference between h1 and h3 will be shown in the web page. As you can see, the heading 1 is a little bit larger than the second heading h2 or h3. And we have some content in the para tag, and this is the para tag, and this is the element name. Will be having here anchor tag. Anchor tag, this is the element name, and this is the attribute name, and this is the attribute value for the anchor tag. This helps us to get connected to another web page, or moving into another web page, and this is the target attribute, which helps us to open this web page http.com.edu in the same web page or in the next page. As you can see that underscore bank helps us to open in the new page. Similarly, self, parent, many other types were there. And this is some content for the para tag, external link, internal link. If you want to give an email link in anchor tag, this is the condition that it should be having mail to, and it should be in the code. This is the attribute value, whereas this is the attribute name, hrefsd. And similarly, we are having phone link, and this is some image. As we can see that here we are having an image tag. This is the attribute name source, and this is the source of the image. As you can see that I have given completely the URL and some width and height for the image. As you can see, the width and height are given over here. And similarly, this alt attribute helps us to give, if image is not found, it will be showing image not found. Alt attribute helps us to display what should be displayed in if an image is not over in the web page, or if it is not available. As you can see that I have used a section tag. It helps us to have different section, and I have given an ID for that as S1. This BG color is nothing but background color, and I have given a sky blue. If you want, you can try many other different colors. If you want to refer, you can use W3 schools for having hexadecimal values also. And here I have a span tag which helps us to have background color as green and some content in it, and this is the second section ID of S2. And similarly, we have here data list, data term. All this data list helps us here. Data list defines the starting of the list, whereas the closing tag helps us to define it is a closing content of data list. Data term is a term which helps us basically this data list, data term, all this data data definition helps us to have some definition. It's like a term HTML, and we'll be having definition over here, so that when a viewer by seeing that, he can understand what are the shortcuts used in the web page. By referring this, he can understand that it is okay, it is hypertext markup language in a way like that. And we have ordered list, unordered list. As I previously mentioned, many types of lists are two types of lists are there mainly. There are ordered list and unordered list. The difference between ordered list and unordered list is that in bullets we can see over here. In order list, we will be having 1, 2, 3 numbers or whatever. If you want, you can have alphabets, uppercase alphabets, lowercase alphabets, numbers. As we can see, it is order list. Whereas unordered list, we can start with basically it comes with a square or dot. By mentioning a type in unordered list type over here, we can have many types like this. By having, we can have whether it is alphabet or something like that if you want, or numbers specifically. And as you can see that over here I have used a type attribute, and I am starting with the capital letter, uppercase letter of alphabet. You can do that. As you can see in the web page, we are using A and B. It starts with AB. You can even start with the C or whatever it is. And these are the order list and order list, and some hierarchy in that. And section ID as S3 and some more headings. And this is the table. By using a table tag, I have created a table. By default, table doesn't have any border, so I have created a border for that using 5 pixels and some width for that. In a table, we will be mainly having table row, table data, and table heading. Table heading basically helps us to have the content in the table table head to be in center aligned. If you want, it can be aligned to left or right or wherever it is if you want, by using the align attribute. Since it is by default at center, so it's, as you can see that by default it is at center. I have not changed that. If you want, it can be changed. And table row helps us to this tag helps us to create a table row, and this for table heading, month, savings, and savings for holiday, as you can see over here in this web page. As you can see that we have merged some of the table rows or table columns. By using the row span or row column, you can match some of those, and this is the number how many rows you want to match or how many columns you want to match. And this is some of the table that helps us to have a data in the table. As you can see, this is the table foot, helps us to as you can see that in this is table foot. This is the thing which helps us to have as we can see that this is the table foot which indicates the end of the table. And as you can see that I have given some content as table foot, and I have a table row in that, and I have matched some of the columns, and this is the footer line. Similarly, I have given some para content, and this as you know that anchor tags helps us to move into certain new page, or it helps us to navigate within a page. Since I have used the ID, we are using this symbol. If you want to use a class symbol, then it is dot. Thanks. We will run this code and see from here. As you can see that I have can see that your web page has been displayed. And this is the external link. This has been done using anchor tag. Let's see if we are able to move into the next web page since we have used underscore blank. Similarly, email link and internal link we are using. Thanks for watching my video.